What's going on, everyone? It's time for another horror film review. Today I might have actually reviewed this movie before, but I'm going to review it again if I did. Today we're going to talk about the Blair Witch Project. Released sometime in 1999 by Artisan Entertainment. It was produced by Greg Hall and Robin Cowie, and written, edited, and directed by Daniel Myrick, who did Skyman, Alien Raiders, The Presence, and Otis. And it was also it's also written, edited, and directed by Eduardo Sanchez, who go on to do Exists, Portals, Seventh Moon, and Butterfly Kisses. This film had a budget of $60 million, and it blew open the box office when it came out. So, the Blair Witch Project, is a lot of people say it's the first found footage film, but technically it's not. It's the first full found footage film, I'd say, but it's not the very first one. The very first one was actually Cannibal Holocaust, which is half documentary, half found footage, and that from 1970s. I think I might have reviewed that, might have not though. And then there was The Last Broadcast that was released about a year before this, which I actually do have a review for that, which is more of like a mockumentary, half found footage as well. So this one is pretty much a full-on found footage film, and yeah, so, and it took the world by storm when it was released because had a unique marketing campaign. So this is the dawn of the internet, and when it was getting popular, so they made a fake website and told the cast members to be low key and not to talk about the film or anything like that. So people, when this was released, thought it was a real deal, that a studio bought like this video footage and released it and stuff. And yeah, it garnered quite a bit, and it was done in it made people experience things that you never really experienced in film before. I remember when this was released, I was really young. I was 6 when this came out, and the buzz was all over the place and stuff like that. Now, this was before I was getting into horror, so didn't really care for it when I was younger. But yeah, looking back on it, it was quite the deal. And that now, does the film hold up today? Well, sort of. First off, the film is about a group of students who are making a documentary on the Blair Witch, which is also where the Jersey Devil is, in the Pine Barrens. And they go out and they get lost in the woods and have basically a mental breakdown where they think a witch is following them and the Blair Witch is coming to get them. And yeah, weird things ensue throughout. Overall, this is a pretty interesting setup. I love the old school look of this. It still like looks really cool and stuff like that. This is how like handheld camcorders and stuff look like back then, and you get the grainy footage and things like that. It's perfect the way they shot it. And I also heard that the directors also like didn't there wasn't really a script. Most of it was improv, and they just basically told them what to do when they get to the location, and then let them do their thing, and then played around with them for the night sequences and stuff, which I thought was pretty interesting and a unique way of filmmaking. They don't trust anymore, and you don't see stuff like that very often anymore in the film industry. So yeah, and I can see where a lot of it comes into play. This film has like a lot of random screaming and arguing in it, which and it's very dull throughout the most of the film, I thought. And it does, first watch, it's very gripping and disturbing because you don't know what's there, and that's what keeps the terror and tension throughout the film, especially if you watch this in the dark with the volume all the way up. It's very dark and disturbing. Now, multiple watches, like I've seen this movie like 100 times, so I'm watching it again. It's still amusing, and I kind of picked up on things like the acting's really good in this. I still think it's really believable and done, and the cinematography and everything, the way they shot it looked really well. It still looks good to the way, and that one lady they interview is super creepy, and the way they framed her in the shot and everything, and it just works so well overall. I don't think the film's scary, and after seeing it a whole pile of times, there's no tension anymore. But first view, and I remember it was very disturbing and distraught, and it was something you'd never seen. But now, with how watered down the found footage genre is and stuff like that, this one seems pretty tame compared to some of the stuff that's come out nowadays. So overall, I think it's still a good movie. When it first came out, I'd probably give it like a 4.5, 5, but now it's more like 2.5, I'd say it is. And it's a film for the ages. It's definitely sparked a huge trend and a new thing, which I think we're on the road to finding something like this again soon, because a lot of the films are watered down now and just repetitive and boring and stuff like that. So I think something like this might be happening again soon, but we'll see how that goes. Overall, I thought the Blair Witch Project was an amusing, as a fun film and a good found footage. Very simplistic and overall just a tension building mess of a story. The film, very easy to follow story plot with some intriguing, very simplistic things to do to entice the tension of viewer. So overall, I thought it was good. I'm gonna give it a 2.5, like I said, and yeah. So if you want to check it out, I'm not sure where it's streaming, but I'll at least link the trailer down below so you can watch that, see what I'm talking about, or relive it if you want. Also, link down below is my Instagram. That's where I always post clips of films and review in the future. All my stories, the film time, hashtag, subgenre film, and the hashtag so you're aware of it. Also, my Letterbox is down below. Take reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below. Reviews on just go to Eric. So follow me on those platforms. Stay with the channel. Like this video, share some more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. Let me know if you want me to do the sequels anytime soon, which I'm probably make sure you ring that bell because I'm going to do Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2 in the next review. But yeah. If you have any films or film franchise in any genre and on any streaming service I want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can and if I can find them. Yeah, make sure you subscribe. Hope you find something weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought checking out together, and also so you hear my opinions on popular films. So come out classic films and reviews on other things as well. Yeah, and like I said, ring that bell because we're going to be doing the sequel. But that's it for this one. Watch out for those crazy witches lurking in the forest because they have nowhere else to lurk. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.